Hi guys, welcome back. Well, I've just had a delivery of 4 spindle roughing gouges that I bought on eBay the other day, and they've just arrived. Some of the handles are a bit dodgy on them, but they look like they're a really old chisel. There are some names stamped on, but I've not had a good look at them yet. But they all look in decent condition with a decent amount of life left in them. So what I've decided to do, what I'm doing at the moment, I had started to make a spindle roughing gouge out of this 1-inch SDS chisel that I'd picked up from Screwfix, and I'd made a handle for it, and I'd started roughing the gouge out, and never got to finishing it off. But now these other 4 have arrived, I don't think I've got any need for that. So I was watching a video the other night on YouTube, Robo Hippie, and he was using what he described as a fluteless gouge, and I've asked 1 or 2 people who subscribe to my channel, and they've not used them, so I thought I'd convert this into one of those fluteless gouges. Now basically it's a round bar that's been had half of it ground up flat, and there's a radius ground on the end with a 60-degree clearance angle on it. So I've got this mounted in a collet block, and I've got it mounted in a vise, and obviously it's on the surface grinder, and I've started taking some passes on it, guys. Now I don't think I'm quite halfway there now, but it's starting to take shape. Probably another maybe 2mm off. What I intend doing, this part that I'd started machine, I'm just going to cut that off and then put a slow radius on the tip of it, and grind the clearance angle on it. So yeah, I think another 3 or 4 passes and we should be half round. Put this in the vise now, guys, and I'm going to cut that flute off with the angle grinder. Well, these are the 4 chisels I've just picked up off eBay, guys. And there are some names on them. These 2 with the decent handles on. Copley, London, cast steel. That's those 2 with the handles on. Quite a lot of life with them, yeah. These other 2, I think these are an older style, especially this one. R.T. Smith and Co. There's a real thickness to that. I don't know if that's the original handle, probably not, but intention is I'm going to replace these handles. But I don't know if you guys have seen one with instead of having the tang, they've got that kind of attachment for the handle. I bet there's some real age to that one. But again, quite a lot of life with it. This smaller one, this looks like a Charles cricket wicket that they've forced in. But I think we can do better than that. But again, it's 1 or 2 pitted marks on it where it's been neglected, but overall it's in decent condition. Tension is, guys, I've got some threaded bar that I'm going to machine down and put that in and make some fancy handles with them. We'll get rid of this thing. I don't know if that's the original and it's been turned down. Probably not, but overall, guys, pretty good chisels there, I think. Right guys, let me bring you up to date what I've been up to. First off, I've just had the propane furnace on and put some large chunks in the crucible and got it up to a very high temperature, and I filled the crucible up, it's probably 3/4 full, and I managed to get 2 separate pours out of it. What I have learned is I'm not bothering with the offcuts and small chips. I'm far better with the large chunks. I didn't put any borax in this one, and I've managed to fill this large tube that I had tried in the past. It's probably about 1 inch now down from the top, and that seemed to work okay. On the same melt I poured these 2 buttons that will do for the gears. So yeah, I'm steadily learning. I think that's the 4th time I've had that propane furnace on, and I'm gradually getting used to how to get the best results. I'm going to put this on the arbor press now and see if I can push this out. The small piece I had in before came out pretty easily, but this, as I say, this is a full length now, so we'll see how we can get that out. These 2 chisels, guys, the vintage ones, instead of having the tang on, they've got this way of mounting the handle on. And I had mounted a piece of steel bar into the collet chuck and started to turn down the taper to go into that, with the intention of putting a pin through. But I've moved away from that idea. On the other one, what I've done, I've got this length of oil thread, 16mm, and I've put a bolt onto one end of it, a nut I should say, sorry. I've put a nut onto one end and machined it so it slid into the female part with the taper, and then what I've done is I've put the oil thread in, squared it up so it's nice and true, and I've MIG welded the end of it. What I can do now, I can mount that in the lathe and turn this end down so it's perfectly square, and it clears up this grotty part. What I can do then, the intention is then, I'm making some handles for them. I think this is the piece that came out of this tube originally, when I only had a smaller mounting. But I've started to drill it, and I've got a 60mm tap in, so I thought I could make a handle out of this piece, the piece that's in here, an aluminium handle. Drill the end, tap it, and screw it on there, and I think that'll be a far better solution than trying to jam this piece in. Yeah, I'm going to put, in a minute, I'm going to put that on the arbor press, see if we can push this out. The other handle for this, I'm going to do this one in aluminium. The other handle, again, a piece of 16mm oil thread, and I've got some offcuts of mahogany and oak that I've been cutting on the bandsaw, and I'm going to sandwich these different pieces together into this, and then in between maybe use a piece of this, cut this down into maybe 1-inch chunks, put a thread through, and then I don't think I'll need to bother with the thread on the timber. I can just put them on, maybe put some araldite in, and then if I thread the aluminium part, once that screws down, that then will clamp all the timber pieces together. I can mount it on the lathe then and turn it between centres. for the handle. So that's the wood. That's going to be a wooden one with some aluminium in, and this one's going to be all aluminium. So let's see if we can get this piece of alley out of this tube. Oh, started to move already, guys. No pressure at all. Pushed it down to the bottom already. Well, that came out no trouble at all, guys. Let's have a look what we've got. Ooh. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that, guys. I should say it's slightly misshapen at the top where the last of the aluminium poured in. I got most of the aluminium out of the crucible as well. There's very little left in. With the previous pours I've been having, I've been getting all the crud left in the bottom of it. But that was with using the chips, the small chips that I put in first. It was only large chunks this time, and I got very little left in the crucible, so most of it came out. So yeah, there's a slight deviation in the shape here where the last of the aluminium's been poured in. There, you see that. But overall, I'm very pleased with that. I think that will turn down very nicely. I think that that will make a really nice handle for the get you in shot. I think that'll make a really nice handle for the for this chisel.
fastest guy alive. I'd fly you round the universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquerors of the sky. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gazed into your starry eyes. We take the path to Jupiter, and maybe very soon we cruise along the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderland of stardust we'd zoom our way to Mars. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball, 'cause you would be my Venus of the stars. But though I'm not a spaceman, famous and renowned, I'm just a guy that's down to earth with both feet on the ground. It's all imagination, I'll never reach the sky. My heart is still a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gaze into your starry eyes. Fireball.
Right guys, earlier on in this video I made this 10mm drawbar that screws into this ER40 collet chuck. It's got a number 2 Morse that'll fit in the spindle nose on the wood lathe. So I've made a drawbar for it to pull it through. I think that'll come in handy now if I'm ever turning any smaller spindles down. I've got a decent range of collets for this chuck, so I think that'll be handy. So that was the first thing that I made. Right, the 2 handles that I've made for these vintage chisels. This is the aluminium bar that I cast, and that's turned out quite well. I've got a 16mm thread on this end. It'll screw in. I'll probably end up painting this aluminium, guys. I've got some aluminium primer. You know what aluminium's like for working with. I'm just going to be transferring, if I'm doing any wood turning I use it, I'm just going to transfer all that grey film onto the timber, so I'll probably end up painting that one. And this is the wood one. It's got some oak and some mahogany and a couple of pieces of aluminium thrown in for good measure. I put a thread on the aluminium, so when I've tightened it up it's pushed the pieces of timber together. Undecided what to do on this end yet, guys. Again, I've got the aluminium there. I may end up putting another piece of timber on the end of that, but not decided on that yet. Right, guys, I'm going to wind this up. It's getting a bit long now. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the videos. Thanks for 1 or 2 new subscribers I've had recently. Please press the like button, and as always, I shall see you on the next one.